this video will probably be lost media soon enough. And the reason that is I don't want to keep making these drama videos. I don't want to keep making videos about Pikmin Tree on the Switch 2. Because, you know, when I first booted up Pikmin Tree on the Switch 2, I thought I'd be making 0 videos, and now I'm in beef with Arlo. I gotta keep a close eye on Sesame Street or else I might get jumped. And at this point, the drama has just kind of become counterproductive. You know, there's no point, you know, I have issues with Arlo's second response. And I made a community post, but, you know, a few minutes later, you know, I just realized at this point, why are we even bothering at this point? So I'll just make this video now to clear up the air. And the reason I made my first response and why I'm making this one is I just kind of, I mean, not really clear my name, but like, you know, in the first video, when Arlo dropped his first video, I was getting, you know, in the comment section, name dropped in a channel with 4 times the amount of subs. And it was, you know, spreading misinformation about me, basically. You know, we had, like, lies in the claims. I was getting called an angry grifter. And, you know, I got a bit salty about that. Well, not too majorly salty, but I wasn't really a happy camper about that. In my first video, I was a bit, you know, I was a bit upset. Because I think Arlo's first video was flawed, but I kind of let my saltiness waver this into a bit more of a overblown situation than I had to be. And, you know, I had valid criticisms. I don't think my first video is necessarily bad, but it came off as a bit overly hostile and reactionary. You know, I was upset at Arlo. I think his first video, you know, it lacked research, and it did lead to, like, people being misinformed about this situation. But it wasn't, like, the biggest deal ever. And I kind of, unfortunately, my salty attitude in the first video kind of blew this out of proportion. And, you know, he was saying in the comment section people were being a bit harsh. And at first it rubbed me the wrong way, because people were being pretty harsh to me in his comment section. But, you know, then I realized I probably, you know, should have told people, don't be a big dick to Arlo. Because, I mean, he hasn't done, like, too much wrong, like. So, unfortunately, you know, it's kind of my fault this kind of got out of hand. Because, you know, it could have been more civil, but unfortunately, I kind of led to it being a big situation, a big hullabaloo. And it didn't really have to be a hullabaloo. And I'm just making this here so, you know, people know I'm not some angry grifter who's trying to expose woke Tindo. Because I didn't mean to stir up drama. That wasn't my intent. But unfortunately, I kind of let that happen. So I'm just going to leave it this. I'm going to leave it at this. I think Arlo's first video was flawed. And I still do. I still stand by that. I even think his second video is kind of flawed, but I have let this being blown out of proportion, so I just want to say I have no disrespect towards Arlo. I should have probably chilled the beans a little and taken a breath. Taken a 5, and, you know, not have stirred this into as big as a stew it is, because it's just counterproductive at this point. I mean, why we shouldn't be beefing with each other. I mean, if we should be talking about, like, I don't know, if we're talking about Pikmin Tree on the Switch 2, we should be talking about Pikmin Tree on the Switch 2, how that's running. We shouldn't, you know, all people throwing shots at me, we're throwing shots at Arlo. It's a big war. Why don't we just discuss Pikmin Tree on the Switch 2? And, you know, if you're coming from Arlo's channel, I'm not this big dramaster. I know I come off as harsh, you know, even in my normal Pikmin videos. But I'm not trying, I just kind of come off as harsh. I'm not really upset about Pikmin. You know, it's just kind of my style. I kind of played up a small bit. But in my Arlo video, you know, I was kind of playing it up a small bit, but I was a bit salty. But at this point, you know, I can see this drama is just, you know, this didn't even have to be drama, so I'm just going to say it. Yeah. This is just unscripted mic blabbling, so I'm sorry if this is, like, really badly paced. So yeah, I'm not gonna make a full response to Arlo's second video. I mean, if you want to know what I think of Arlo's second video, you know, he didn't miss the point. You know, I think he missed the point of this, but I can kind of see why now, because it kind of got blown up into this big thing, and he said he was reading the comments. And, you know, the comments were, unfortunately, pretty negative towards him. So, you know, you could probably, at this point, it's fair you just see this as overblown situation, because it kind of has become an overblown situation. And at this point, it's like, it's kind of unfair to expect him to, you know, view it with a objective lens when he's getting shit hurled at him. So, you know, don't be hurling shit at Arlo. Don't be hurling shit at me. You know, let's all get along. We're all Pikmin fans. We're a small community. Let's all get together. So, in conclusion, I just want this. I want this drama thing to be done. I don't really want drama on the I'm Only Here for Pikmin channel. Because what's the point of drama on the fucking Pikmin? All 10 Pikmin fans are getting into a civil war, and this didn't really have to be a big hullabaloo, really. And I didn't mean for it to be, but unfortunately, I kind of let it become one. Because I got a bit defensive. I felt inclined to respond because, you know, 4 times the sub count and then the comment section is filled with misinformation about me. It kind of icky. But I didn't really respond to it in the correct way, fully. I think my criticisms were valid, but they were portrayed a bit harshly. So anyways, I'm just making this video to say I'm done with drama. You can post this on the I'm Only Here for Pikmin archive or whatever, because this probably be wiped off the channel soon enough. And be sure to subscribe for high quality Pikmin videos weekly.